Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Tuesday. Today I will be reviewing the Valentino Rockstud Jelly. I will be doing a quick overview of the items, some pros, some cons, and then ultimately whether or not I recommend these. So let's get started. The Valentino Rockstud Jellies are very, very simple, but they have a whole lot of personality. They are made up of plastic. There's a side view of it, and then there's the front. As you can see, it has a little bow on here, and the bow has the gold hardware Rockstuds that I really like that detail. Another side view, and then the back side has a little bit of a heel, not too much. On the bottom you have a floral design. Sorry, mine are very dirty because I've used them quite a bit. And then you have the Valentino Garavani little emblem there, and they're just very simple, little thong there, but again, simple, a whole lot of personality to them. And before I forget, these bad boys retail for $295 here in the States. There are an array of different colors. Here I have the black and the blush, or the nude. They also have pink, blue, and red. The red is gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of this red. And then I know that they've also had a few other colors and a few other jellies, not necessarily with the little bow on the top here, but there you go. So now let's get into the pros, shall we? The first thing that I have to say about these is how comfortable they are. I find these to be extremely comfortable, and I cannot even begin to express how much I love these. If you guys watched my August favorites, these definitely made the cut because I have not been able to stop wearing them. I use them, it seems like, around the clock, and thankfully, because where I live, the weather hasn't changed too drastically, so I can still get away with wearing them, but I think they are so incredibly comfortable. Now, I also wanted to mention, as I did in August favorites, that I don't know if they're extremely comfortable for me because I do have flat feet. So if you have a high arch, I don't know how comfortable these would be. So if you guys have these and you guys have high arches or medium arches or whatever it is, please let me know in the comment section down below how you find them, because if you're thinking about adding these to your collection, or if you're thinking about buying these, I want you to have as many, have as much information as possible. But I find these very, very comfortable, and I can use them for 10, 12, 15 hours plus without a problem. But again, same thing that I can do with my espadrilles, and I have heard some people say that they don't find the espadrilles as comfortable, again, possibly because of the arch, the arch thing. So I thought I would mention that. But for me, that is a pro because I think they are very, very comfortable. I never thought in a million years that a plastic sandal would be as comfortable as I find this to be. I think that this is even more comfortable than some of my other leather flip-flops because it's just, I don't know, it just feels so, it feels like it molds to my foot almost, so comfort definitely 100% is the biggest pro for this. Another thing that I have to say is a pro is the presentation. And again, like I said before, it's a very simple design, but I love the fact that it has this bow detail. It makes your feet look like little presents, and I think that this is so cute because it's not too over the top. It's not like it has this ginormous bow or this ginormous flower. I just think that it adds the right type of detail to it without it being too much. So the presentation for me is a major pro. Plus the little rock studs, they tend to glisten in the sun oh so beautifully. Kind of like what I said in the August favorites. And I don't know, it's not too much. And I really, really like that. And yeah, so the bow, huge pro for me. And I never thought I would say that either, because I've seen other bows on other sandals and some of them are just too much. And at first I thought that this might be the same situation, but no. I just like how simple it is. Very, very simple. Another pro I have to say is 100% the price point. Now, even though, yes, these are plastic, you are definitely paying for the name as well because of Valentino. But compared to other luxury brands, I feel that this has a way friendlier price tag than other ones do. Plus, I feel that these have a little bit better, they definitely have a better design to them than other ones do that retail for $600, $700, because they're just so simple. So the price point definitely makes me a little happier. I'm able to buy a few more of these if I wanted to. Now the problem is trying to find them because they are sold out everywhere, but the price point isn't too bad. Again, it is a luxury flip-flop, so you have to take that into consideration. But compared to other ones, it's nowhere near the same ballpark. So price point is huge. Another pro that I have to say about these is the fact that they're a plastic. Again, I never thought that I would say that, but they are so incredibly easy to clean because they are plastic. Case in point, we were meeting up with some family members, and I was actually wearing the black ones, and they were at the beach. So when we were hanging out, I looked down at my feet, and my The flip-flops looked like they were brown. My feet looked dusty. It was not a cute sight, all right? I hate to say it, but it was not a good sight. And the first initial thought that I got was I ruined them. But because they're plastic, I knew that I could just, run them under the water, make sure you dry off the little rock studs so they can still keep their luster, and then you're good to go. They're as good as new. So the fact that you can clean them off, whether you have dust or any other type of residue from sweat or whatever it is, then that really adds to the fact that you can keep them looking clean, keep them looking great as possible because of the material that they're made out of. And another bonus I'd have to say is the fact that they come with extra studs when you purchase them. And I believe there's 2 different studs in there. So if any of these ever pop off, you could just put them back in and then you're back in business, because look they're just so simple. So I don't feel that any of these will pop off. I've been looking at them and they all seem pretty secure, but just in case you have 2 extras that you have. And then one of my girlfriends said that she was actually able to get a few more when she contacted Valentino themselves, so that is another plus. But yeah, so you don't have to worry about if one of these pop off because you're good to go. All right, so now let's go into the cons. Even though these flip-flops don't have any cons for me, there are a few things that I noticed initially that might be a con for someone else, so I thought that I would just mention them. But okay, the first thing is, even though I do love the fact that they are plastic and they are very easy to clean because of the plastic, if you tend to get sweaty feet, and I know it's not, I'm just going to keep it real honest because you know what? Sometimes I get sweaty feet. It is what it is. But if you tend to get sweaty feet from time to time and you're wearing these will end up just kind of sliding around to the point where they might end up sliding off. They actually slid off on me when I was going into it was a day that it was very, very humid and I was heading to the post office, and as I was walking, I noticed that these were a little bit, I don't know, it felt kind of weird, and then all of a sudden this flip-flop is back there, and meanwhile I am I am like a few inches away from them, and I'm thinking, oh, they completely slid off. So that is a possibility when you're wearing these because of the material that they're made out of. So again, if you tend to have sweaty feet from time to time, or if maybe that's something that happens often, then that might not be the best thing for you. But I don't get sweaty feet too often. It doesn't get too humid where I live. It depends on the time, obviously, because August was a real winter with humidity. But I don't have that happen too often, so it's not too big of a con for me. But again, I thought that I would mention that. The other thing that I wanted to discuss is when I first put these on, I noticed it right away. I mean, within 5 seconds, I immediately thought these aren't going to work out for me. But thankfully that wasn't the case. So I thought I would mention this as well, is that when you first put these on, these little studs that you see on the second part of the bow, do you see those right there? They're not really underneath this, underneath the bow to the point where it'll be it'll be too uncomfortable. But when you first put them on, you notice them right away. And I immediately thought that these were going to end up rubbing up on the top of my toes, that maybe it was going to be very uncomfortable and whatnot. But it lasted maybe a few minutes, and then after that I haven't noticed them, and I haven't had any issues with them whatsoever. But I just thought I would mention it because you might think the same thing that I did, and especially when it comes to flip-flops, I'm not really one to have too many embellishments on them. I have very simple flip-flops, and I think because of these little studs right there, I noticed them. But I haven't had any issues. So I thought I would just let you guys know what it is that ran through my mind when I first tried these on. But they definitely don't have a cushion. So if you need cushioned flip-flops, then I don't recommend these because they're just very flat. Again, there's just not, there's really not much to them. But I am crazy about them, and I really like the color combinations that they have as well. I like the fact that the little gold hardware isn't so yellow, and I feel that it complements every single color that these have come out in. Obviously with the blush, I think that this combination is great, but the black and the gold, and I really want to get the red ones, but the red ones are impossible to find. I think they're from a previous season. But I feel that the colors that they have with the plastic complement the gold tone hardware. Definitely try them on. You have to go up I had to go up a full size on these from what I wear here in the States. I wear a size 9 in the US, so these are a 40 or a 10, and I feel that they're perfect. They're right to the edge of where I want them to be. I know some people sometimes like to have their flip-flops or their heel end up right there, but for me, I like them to be pretty flush to where the sandal is. I also have to say I haven't had any issues with blisters. I haven't had any issues with them rubbing up against my toes or anything like that. So all in all, do I recommend these? 100% I do. I am crazy about them. I want them in every single color that they are available, maybe except the blue because I'm not too keen on the color blue. But I just think that they're fantastic. Very easy to wear, very easy to keep up as far as maintenance goes. There's not too much maintenance really. Just wipe and go and you're set. But I think that these are fantastic, and hopefully I have given you guys as much information as possible. That way, if you're thinking about adding them or if you're thinking about purchasing them, then that way you can make the right decision to see if these are suitable for your lifestyle or not. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.